Hello, my dear students. This is Miss Shayma Gharib and today's lesson about short division part 2. In this video, we are going to talk about how to divide a one-digit number by another one-digit number and how we find the value of a fraction as a decimal number. This PowerPoint is created by Engineer Abir Sabri. Let's start. Some rules before you watch any video. First, you have to sit in a quiet place. You should have your pen and a piece of paper to take notes and to solve questions. You should pause the video after each question, then you try to answer on your own. Then you play the video to check your answer and to understand the question in case you get a wrong answer. Are you ready? Let's start. First, let's revise about something very important, how we can write whole numbers as a decimal number. We have here 4 different whole numbers, 1 digit and 2 digit. Let's see, we can write number 1 as 1.0 or 1.00 or 1.000. They all are the same. The zeros in the tenths and hundreds and thousands placed this way doesn't affect the value of the number. Is this clear? So we can put any number of zeros on the right of the decimal point to a whole number. We'll do exactly the same with the 7. We can write it as 7.0 or 7.00 or 7.000 and so on. And we'll do the same with the 8 and with the 19. We are going to use this information to solve the coming examples. So I want you to pay attention to this information very well. Write the following fraction in decimal form. We know that any fraction can be written as a division sentence. 1/8 means 1 divided by 8. We can do the same with any other fraction. Let's see how we can do this using the short division method. Writing the division sign, 1 under the division sign because it is the first number or the dividend, then the 8 on the left side. Let's start. 1 divided by 8, which means how many 8s are there in the 1? Of course, there is no 8s in the 1. I can rewrite this one as 1.000. I didn't change the value of the 1. It's still 1 as it is. I just added a decimal point and 3 zeros to have 3 decimal place number. Is this clear? Let's start doing the division again. 1 divided by 8, which means how many 8s are there in the 1? Which is 0. No 8s in the 1. And the 1 will be as our remainder. So I will put it next to this one and before the next digit. What about the decimal point? The decimal point will stay at its place exactly after the 0 here. Same place. Now I will start to do my normal steps. Now I have number 10. 10 divided by 8, which means how many 8s are there in the 10? Only 1 8, remainder 2. I will put the remainder next to the 0, then I will have number 20. 20 divided by 8, which means how many 8s are there in 20? Yes, 2 8s, remainder 4, because 2 8s equals 16, and the remainder will be 4. Now I have number 40. I will do exactly the same. 40 dividing by 8, how many 8s are there in the 40? Exactly 5/8. So I have any other remainder? No. So the final answer will be 0.125. So 1/8 or 1 divided by 8, they are the same. And the decimal value of it is 0.125. Is this clear? Let's see one more example. Look at this one. 1 divided by 3. It's a division sentence, and we can also write it as a fraction. What fraction is it? 1/3. So they are the same. Let's see the value of this fraction or of this division sentence. 1 divided by 3. We said I can put a decimal point and a number of zeros as much as I can or as I want or as the question asked you to do. Sometimes the question asks you to write a 2 decimal place answer or a 1 decimal place answer or 3 decimal places answer according to the question. 1 divided by 3. How many 3's are there in the 1? Nothing, so 0, and the 1 will be a remainder. So I will put it here, and then I will start to put the decimal point, then I will do the division. 10 divided by 3, how many 3's are there in the 10? 3 3's, which is 9, and the remainder will be 1. So the answer is 3 remainder 1. I write the 3 up and the remainder here. Now I will do exactly the same one more time. Another 10 divided by 3. How many 3's are there in the 10? We said 3, remainder 1. What do you notice here? It keeps repeating itself. Exactly. So every time I will do it, it will give me 3, 3, 3, 3 forever. It does not end at all. In this case, we call this fraction or this decimal recurring decimal, which means a digit or a sequence of digits in the decimal part keeps repeating itself infinitely. Is this clear? So the answer of this division or of this fraction will be 0.3333 forever. I can just write it as 0.33 or as 0.333 and stop. Is this clear? So some fractions, when we change it into decimal, they have no end, and we call them recurring decimal. Find the quotient. Let's see. 1 divided by 9. What fraction is it? 1/9. They are exactly the same. So let's write it. 1 divided by 9. Now I will change the 1 to be 1.000 just to have more digits in the decimal part. Now let's start doing the division. How many 9's are there in the 1? No 9's, and the 1 will be remainder. Then the decimal point, then division. 10 divided by 9. How many 9's are there in 10? 1, remainder 1. So 1 up and the remainder here. One more time. I also have 10 one more time. So 10 divided by 9 equals 1, remainder 1. Again, I have 10 one more time. I will do the same, and as you can see, it will have no end because it is recurring decimal. It will keep giving me 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 forever. So I can just write it as 0.111 or 0.11. Is this clear? Let's do one more example. 1 divided by 6, which is 1/6. We'll do exactly the same steps. I will rewrite the 1 as 1.000. Then I will start to do the division. 1 divided by 6. How many 6's are there in the 1? No 6's in the 1. Put the decimal point in the same place exactly. Then the remainder. Then do the division again. 10 divided by 6. How many 6's are there in the 10? 1. Remainder 4. So I will write the 1 up and the 4 here, which is the remainder. Now I have number 40. 40 divided by 6. How many 6's are there in the 40? There are 6 6's in the 40, which is 36, and remainder will be 4. So the answer will be 6, remainder 4. I will write the 6 up here. Then I will write the remainder here. So let's write it. As you can see. Now I will do one more time division as usual. 40 again divided by 6. The answer will be the same, the 6, and the remainder 4. It also has no end, as you can see. It will keep giving me 40, 40, 40, 40 forever. So the answer for this division or this fraction will be 0.166666 forever. I can just write it as 0.166. If I want to round it to the nearest tenth, for example, it will be 0.2. If I want to round it to the nearest 2 decimal places or to the nearest hundreds, it will be 0.17. Is this clear? Let's see. Write the following fraction in a decimal form. One more fraction, 1/7, which means 1 divided by 7. Let's do exactly the same steps. 1 divided by 7. I will add the decimal point and a number of zeros. Then I will start doing my normal division. 1 divided by 7, which means how many 7's are there in the 1? 0. And then the 1 as a remainder. I will put the decimal point at the same place. Then I will start the division. Number 10 divided by 7. How many 7's are there in the 10? 1, 7, remainder 3. So I will write the 1 up and the remainder here. Is this clear? Now I have number 30. 30 divided by 7. How many 7's are there in the 30? What do you think? 4, which is 28, which means 4, remainder 2. I will add the 2 here to the next 0. Now I have number 20. 20 divided by 7. How many 7's are there in the 20? 2 7's, which is 14 with remainder 6. I can keep adding zeros and finding more decimal places, but I will stop here. So we can say it's 0.142. Okay? Is this clear? So also this fraction has no end. Now it's a questions time. We have 3 fractions here, and I want all of you to try to find they as a decimal number by using short division. Is this clear? Let's start. 2/7, same as 2 divided by 7. 2 divided by 7, I will add zeros to get more decimal places. 2 divided by 7, how many 7's are there in the 2? 0, remainder 2. Decimal point at the space. 20 divided by 7, how many 7's are there in the 20? 2, remainder 6. So I will write the 2 up and the remainder here. Now I have 60. So 16 divided by 7, how many 7's are there in 60? What do you think? Yes, 8/7, which is 56, which means 8, remainder 4. So I will write the 8 up and the remainder down here. Now I have number 40. 40 divided by 7. How many sevens are there in the 40? 5 sevens. 5 sevens equals 35, which means I have remainder of 5. So I can keep finding more digits if I need, but I will stop here at the third decimal place. So the final answer will be 0.285. If I want to round it to the nearest one decimal place, it will be 0.3. If I want to round it to the nearest two decimal places, it will be 0.29. Is this clear? Second question, the 3/8. Let's see. I will do exactly the same steps. 3 divided by 8. The 3, I will add 0.0002 to it. Now I will start the division. 3 divided by 8. How many 3's in the 8? 0. Then I will put the decimal point and the 3 as a remainder. Now I have number 30. How many 8's are there in the 30? Yes, 3 8's, which is 24, which means remainder of 6. So it will be 3, remainder 6. I will write the remainder here. Now I have number 60. How many 8's are there in the 60? There are 7 8's in the 60. 7 times 8 equals 56, which means a remainder of 4. Now I have number 40. How many 8's are there in the 40? 5 8's in the 40. Do I have any more digits to be written? No. So this fraction ends here. It's 0.375 only. Is this clear? No more digits can be written. Okay, let's see. Write the following fraction in decimal form. I have 2/3. 2 divided by 3. I will do exactly the same. 2 divided by 3. I will put the decimal point and 3 zeros. How many 3's are there in the 2? 0. Remainder 2. I will put the remainder here and the 0 here. Decimal point at the same place exactly. Now I will start to divide 20 by 3. How many 3's are there in the 20? Yes, 6 3's, because 6 times 3 is 18 and the remainder will be 2. So the answer will be 6, remainder 2. Now I have one more 20. 20 divided by 3, exactly the same. 6, remainder 2. One more time, 6, remainder 2. So this fraction has no end. It will keep giving you 0.66666 forever. So I will write it as 0.666 and I can continue forever. But we said we are going to stop at 3 digit in the decimal part. If I want to write it as rounded to the nearest one decimal place, it will be 0.7 because this 6 will be rounded up. If I want to round it to the nearest two decimal places, it will be 0.67. This is the end of our lesson today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment and I will answer you as soon as possible. See you next video, and please remember that your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you very much and see you soon.